Hi everyone, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. I'm your host, Dr. Haider Shah. On behalf of Calvas, I would like to welcome all of you to this webinar. Thank you very much for joining us. Today we have another very interesting topic, and I'm really honored to welcome and introduce our distinguished guest speaker who is going to talk about design thinking in education. In a rapidly evolving world, the traditional education approaches are facing new challenges. So, design thinking, a creative problem solving methodology, offers a fresh perspective on how we can shape the future of education. So, in this webinar, we will explore into the principles of design thinking and explore its transformative potential in education settings. So, indeed, a very interesting topic, and I'm sure you will learn a lot from this session because we have an expert with us in today's this session. So stay tuned because in amazing stuff are coming ahead in this session. So before we start, I would like to thank Calvas for arranging such enlightenment sessions, for their support and providing us such a wonderful platform. The aim of Calvas is to give you the opportunity to connect and interact with world-renowned speakers, academic leaders, teachers, authors, researchers, experts, professionals, and businessmen to learn from their experiences, recommendations, and suggestions, which will create an impact and will enable you to learn and develop yourself in order to grow and transform individually as well as to contribute to the world in a positive way. As our slogan is come, learn, and share knowledge. So today we have an amazing person as guest. She is a versatile person with amazing great qualities. We always see her while contributing to the world and field in different ways, and she's a multitasker and doing so many activities together. So let me introduce her formally. She is an assistant professor, faculty of economics, business, and tourism split. Professor mentor in High Vet School, president of the International Internship University Research Center, Croatia, a master degree in economics and master degree in mechanical engineering. She deserves honorary doctorates in human rights, social rights, entrepreneurship, and holds a PhD in statistics and a finishing doctorate in informatics. Having a diploma as a computer information STEM expert, computer science expert, information system manager, and designer of ERP info systems. Advisor in National Agency for Education and Training, active council member of Croatian Society for Operation Research, and Association of Accountant of Financial Professional. A very active educator for teachers and professor at the Center of Excellence, teacher for teachers, certified accountant, and certified ISO internal auditor, founder and coordinator of many national and global projects. In addition to that, honorary works for the International Internship University, the world's fastest virtual university, whereas she is a board member, the country director of Croatia Administrative Core Committee team, and SDG board member of Islamic Internship University, working on many global projects and organizing events on global level with great IIU team. In addition to that, also honorary works in many government and NGOs organizations as a global peace ambassador, SDG ambassador, T for educator, ambassador, international advisor, country director, country coordinator, professional and honorary member, global community leader, dynamic educationist, and a global ambassador as well. In addition to that, she write a scientific article in domestic and international journals, more than 100, and works review for international authors. Author and co-author of many university and high school books and handbooks. In addition to that, writes article in newspapers, magazines, medias, and the digital material and the books for cross-curricular topics and makes columns for evaluation for specialized education publishing house and video lectures for education and training. Moreover, she is a social activist on global and national level, organized numerous humanitarian and volunteer actions all around the world, humanity at work, Save Africa, and more. Moreover, she works on a women empowerment and women entrepreneurship as a member of Women's Entrepreneur Council (WIU) for Croatia. Along with that, she has received multiple awards, and some of them are the, for example, the Croatia Best Teacher Award, International Women Award, Croatia Public Award, and so many. In addition to that, many recognitions for humanitarian and the volunteer actions, and works with the student with the special need and gift students. Specialized fields: statistics, mathematics, informatics, ecology, STEM, economy, business, tourism, entrepreneurship, accounting, human rights, etc. Last but not the least, she's a wonderful professor, trainer, educator, researcher, reviewer, international speaker, moderator, motivator, project manager, social worker, and last but not the least, above everything, is a she's a great human being. So please help me in welcoming our guest, Professor Nada Ratković. Welcome to the Kalvas platform once again, and thank you very much for joining us, Prof.
Thank you, respected Dr. Haider, for this opportunity. I'm really honored and grateful, blessed to be here today in the Calvas and giving my session. First, I want to say that today, this session is for me really special because today is a World Humanitarian Day. So, before I start, I want to congratulate to everyone all around the globe. Happy World Humanitarian Day. Yes, and no matter what. So, we need to, no matter who, no matter where, no matter what, let us stand shoulder to shoulder with the community and continue the serving. And we want to save and protect the people in need together with our youth. So I wanted to start it today with this. And yes, I'm really honored and grateful, blessed to be here today. What is my
Thank you
topic
so much.
today?
Yeah, over to
Okay.
you, Prof. Thank you so
Yes.
much.
So today my topic is design thinking in education. After thinking, maybe you ask why this topic. Dr. Haider already said I'm coming from a beautiful country, Croatia, working on the University of Split, a faculty of business, economic, and tourism, working also like a professor in a high-grade school, professor mentor, and working a lot on my national level in my country, European, and globally. Design thinking in education. I'm really proud to be a educator, and that is my mission and my vision. I see myself here, giving knowledge, sharing knowledge, collaborating, and doing interactive things. So many projects, as you see. I'm really active in the field of education a lot. So life is beautiful. How much we make it beautiful. If we want to achieve something, we need to work. So we never need to get up. Our aims will be only achieved on that way. So I want to start from Steve Jobs. Most people make the mistake of thinking design is what it looks like. Maybe you have an idea already now. Maybe you have so many ideas, but are you sure that you will realize your idea today? The concept, idea to realization, it is not an easy way. We know there. I can say that is something like that. There, it is a mountain in front of us, and how will we climb through this mountain? How many steps will we make? What will be a good step? So it depends about us. So if we don't make mistakes, we will never learn. And for all us educators, we need to think on our well-being. So try to protect your brain from the stress. Always positive mindset. Never think negative. You know, in this world, high rapidly society today, so many problems we have. The war in Ukraine, the big inflation, a big poverty, so many problems, but we need to give us and help how much we can. If you will not help someone, don't be sure that nobody will help you. So that is the same with the design. We have so many beautiful ideas that is looking for us great. We want to design something, we are making sketches, we are doing this. So We know that Steve Jobs said design is how it works, and that is really how it works. So today, let us know more about what is design thinking, how to build empathy, how to define the problems, how to make the solutions, how to prototype the ideas, and how to test our design solutions. In the introduction, I want to say all around us we have so many brands. We are now on the StreamYard. We are on the Facebook. We know that we have Google, Samsung, Apple. Also making this so many approaches. We have apps and we have so many universities which are working on this, especially we can say in the field of informatics and engineering. So let us see what why we need design thinking in education. I want to start at the beginning. In any subject you need this in any subject, because today we need to use innovative methods in our teaching, and this is one type of the innovative method called teach problem solving. So design thinking is a part of the project based learning. Now here I put a sketch of this phases. So you see here we have 5 phases of design thinking, but I will show that this type we need one more phases. So one more phases if we want to put this in reality. This is the best way. If we have an idea, we know that our idea is not coming very soon, but always have behind you and notice. If you get today one idea, two idea, three idea, notice them, because if you don't notice, you will forget them. So coming to the right is really hard. So we need to think about that. We need to make a plan. Without a plan, we cannot do nothing. And this is a type of innovation. So we can say, and we can bring in a strong relationship. There is a big correlation between innovation and design thinking, because innovation is a product, process, service, something. A design thinking is how to upgrade it, how to get it, and how to bring the solutions to make this. So need to differentiate the solution based and problem based thinking. That is not the same. I use here example from the empirical study carried from the Brian Lawson, the University of Sheffield. So for me, I contact a lot of literature. So for me, here is the best explanation. So if we are talking about the science thinking, science are always adopted their technique. So they want to maximize the information. We know that we cannot do nothing with information without the data. So we have here the many combinations of the blocks, and we want to search, and we use these blocks and make different type of the combinations. So here we have a lot of design, many series of design. So for the designers, it is different. It is different from the side of science. So here the blocks are colored. You see in beside me this different color. So this is also colored with a combination with a black combination with a red, using different colors. So how designers are thinking. No one designer is not thinking on the same way. So key points here are that we have these 6 steps if we want to start, if we want to make this. First, our research, we need to focus on this, and that is a practical and emotional factor. Always we starting from this. We need to focus on that. After focusing, we are identifying and defining. Uh, Without Bloom's taxonomy and without summer model, we cannot do this. So we are using this. These are our active verbs, our actions. Holding, brainstorming. We will talk about the brainstorming. If we have a prototype, we need to develop the prototype. So making that testing, making that design, implementing this. So let us implement our idea. Let us implement our idea. But before implementing, we need to know what market today needs. What are the needs? Where is the place where the supply and demand are meeting. So here for design thinking, somebody will say this is only for the informatics. This can do only people who are good in informatics in the field of engineering. I can say that for this you need a multidisciplinary knowledge. You need to be multidisciplinary if you want to carry something of this. So these are the main four principles. Human rule, we know what is the meaning of the human rule, how to come from the nature. Then what is this rule? Ambiguity rule is the limit of your knowledge. Do you have this knowledge? Where will you stop from? Where you will start? And will your design be redesigned? I'm sure that you will not like your first design when you make. So this type of prototype. So we have this, and I will say, no matter what we are doing, it needs to be inevitable. Our design needs a redesign. And then this rule is making ideas tangible. So if we want to define this design thinking, it is really a non-literal process. So not exclusive only to designers. We say that for we can use this create employees, freelancers, business leaders, students in education. We have one subject called training firms. In this subject, in training firms, in entrepreneurship, in marketing, in so many subjects, students are doing this because today we need idea, we need innovations, we need patents, and this is the way how can we innovate something new. So this approach needs to be developed. We need to, and we can apply it in any field. So this is the main phases. Here we say we need each one of these phases. We cannot do without like example. We are starting from the empathize, then we are defining. After we define, we are making a ideation, getting a prototype, and then testing our prototype. What do you think about the new cars? What do you think about the trains? What do you think about the new apps, the new games? All are going through this process. Even you are thinking that they are only making they are only innovations. All these patents innovations need to go through this. So if we talk about the empathize, I will say that is research your user needs. What it means, what is empathy? Empathy is crucial for this process if you are making this design thinking. uh it is the first step. It is the first step of thinking. We also always, when we start to think about something, we want to do something, thinking is our first process. So we need to understand the problem. We need to understand, we need to solve this. Then after that we will make a process and go forward. What about this? Why is this phase important? Why we need this empathy? Because we are putting ourselves in another person. Can we imagine that? Did you ever think about that? How would you be if you are in another person? So this is that. This is the really true. This is the eyes we are looking and making these actions, and how can we feel if we can make this and make the interface. Engaging this, what is the engaging? We want a brief intercept. What is that? We ask many questions. We need to define the main and rule. We need to find correct questions. Are we on the correct way? Then we are watching and listening. We are here a problem solver. We have a task. We need to monitor that. When we identify, we are monitoring, we are watching, and then we are listening this. Again, the stage 2 is defining. We started and say, now we need the state your user needs and problems. What are our problems? How and will we have problems? Be sure we will have the problems. We will have the problems, but we will solve them. So user always have these needs and problems, and we need to define them. So The empathize stage is very important. We are going from that stage, and after that stage, when we are defining the problem, it will be very clear to us. So we will understand that. So here is a problem. Here we need to increase our business software sales by a certain percentage. This is something we want to do. Then, like example, our university needs more digital boards to improve its quality of education. That also we need in the education. The third phase is ideate. So we have that challenge. We have that challenge assumptions and creating the idea. If you are generating idea, how will you generate idea? You need to think outside the box. If you don't think outside the box, you will not get ideas. So we have so many stages that we need to go. How to define the stage, how to start this, how to properly understand these things. So I want to say, when we want a business idea in everything what we are doing, first we need to have this idea. So we are generating and selecting a business idea. Recognize a business opportunity. If we don't recognize a business opportunity, we don't need to generate our ideas. Then, if we want to have a new company, like example, we want to be an entrepreneur, or if we want to have a new product, we need to define the name of our product. So, mission and vision of everything what I'm doing. I put this here with a reason, because uh, when I'm doing with my students, we are thinking like a company who is doing this, who is making innovations, who is doing this design thinking. So this is for the business idea. These steps are very important. Which method will you use? Different methods, but uh, method can be something like your hobby. If you like to play, if you like to sing or something, collecting, like example, mobiles, collecting apps, collecting games, then it can be some invention. So a good idea always can come, and anytime we can get a good idea. So please think about that and notice that. Talk to your family, talk to your friends. When you get an idea, maybe you think it is the best idea, but I think, and it is the best way, that if you talk with your friend, if you ask for the suggestions. So uh, also in the library, maybe your idea is not something new. Also, like when we make researches, there are so many researches on the same topic, or so there are so many same ideas, but you are thinking outside of the box. You want to bring something new, something from your side here. So write down always that idea. Try that. Try to put a place. So if you are learning, and suggestion is uh, if one opinion is not enough for you, try make a team, because with a team, high performance effective team will help you developing your idea. Don't do that alone. Don't be selfish and save that only for you. If you want to be successful, share it with your team, with your friends and family. What are the best methods for your ideas? I can say brainstorming, brainwriting, but there are numerous different methods. Like example, Scamper today is used a lot. What is this method, Scamper? So Scamper has 7 steps to bring your business idea. Uh, pardon. First is substitute. What it means? We need to replace them. Combine, combinations, adaptations, customize, modifying, magnifying. So put to other use. Change the person. Eliminate, reduce. If something is not good, eliminate. Try to make something again. Rearrange, reduce, reeliminate, reorganize, reverse. That is also when we are talking about the learning, relearning. This re is very powerful. So in this Camper methods, try to think about the business idea as well you will use the best method. Questions, we say that we need to have questions. They are our stimulus. Putting a lot of questions, you can have so many questions and then answer them. Try to learn to manage your time, because if you have a lack of time, it can be a problem. Also, is this what you are doing? Do you want to monetize that? Is that for the commercialization, or it is only for your education? For your education, for your students. So there are different things. We come we come to the prototype. So we are starting to create solutions. This prototype, for every experiment we need, we for everything we need this phase, like a focus, like an experiment. So we will here in this prototype phase recognize and identify every problem what we have. We have clear idea, we collect our feedback, we build this, we are going and we have a reason to build this prototype. So how to identify this problem and how to give it in the better way, how to get the feedback and how to get the suggestions. I will only open my light. So I came back. Let me continue for this feedback. Starting with this is we are going very quickly. We want to have something new. Maybe we will have a new version of some prototype. Maybe we already do this prototype. So if it is new, we are going through all these steps. For what can we use this prototype? This prototype can be used for numerous things. Like example, I say sketches, diagrams, 3D printing, physical models, video prototype, working models. So it depends in which field you are doing this. In which field is this prototype need and in which field it will be used. And then we are coming to the test. We are trying all our solutions. We want to try our solutions. If we are not sure, if it is not good, we will return to the previous stage. We will come back, and design thinking is really, as we say, at the beginning, the interactive process. So thinking, meaning, testing process, seeing do we have problems, how will we solve that problems, and returning to the previous stages. You see, this is that mountain. What I say, if you want to be a successful, you are climbing. You are starting from climb to this mountain, and here you are testing your product, you are going to previous stage. So what do I want to do? Am I satisfied with this? If I'm not satisfied, I will return back. So testing is very important. We cannot do this without testing. And uh, if we have all the propositions, then we will launch our product too. Like example here, here we see Boeing, the Boeing 737. Then this was here a problem. The Boeing had installed a system called MCAS, and according to the reports, according to the researchers, it wasn't properly tested before launching this model. And we know what is the purpose of Boeing 737. We do we want to travel by this airplane? So many problems can be here. We need a good test product, and if it is tested, it will really speak a lot. But I explain these five phases: empathize, define, ideate, prototype, and test. But we have one more. We have one more according to the designing thinking 101. Understanding, exploring, and materializing something. At the end, we need this implementation. How to implement this? So, when we test something, we are going to implement it. So always understand, explore, and materialize this, and it will be a inspiration, ideation, and a implementation. There are so many benefits of design thinking. Today, I'm not talking about this topic because Professor Nada likes design thinking. I really like design thinking. I really like so many things, so many interests I have, but this really have a benefit. So for the market, you see, if you are using this for the market, it can reduce the time. If we are talking about the field of finance, it can make this cost savings and can make to you a great return on your investment. Do we want to have a return on our investment? I think that all are dreaming about that, what we are doing to have a good return on the investment. Improving the loyalty fosters innovation. We see, I say there is a strong positive correlation between design thinking and innovation. It really is challenging this innovation, uh, thinking outside the box, and this can be applied everywhere. Design thinking needs everyone, every group, every team, everybody. So each one industry needs this. Here I put one example. I put one example. What is this meaning? When we are starting, this is I explain my students on this way. Like example, we want this concept from idea to realization. We are a organization, so we are a training firm. We want to implement and make a new product. So we are introducing a new product, which will we bring on the market, or for the reason it depends about what for what we will use. So when we get idea, like example, what we are developing more years, we have one big a rural eco smart village. We are for the start smart startups. We are working on that. We want our youth to stay in our country, not to go abroad. We don't want only smart cities, we want smart villages. So, in this training firm, we every year we have so many new ideas, so many, I can say we get so many apps, different tips for collecting water, renewing energy, every student, we have so many new things that we are developing through this design thinking, and this is a test project. So you see, first, this was the first model. When we start, we have this model: company presentations, sources of ideas generating, then market research, market segmentation, elements of the marketing mix, corporate social responsibility. Today, without corporate social responsibility and social entrepreneurship, nothing. And then we are presenting the business plan. That is a test project. After that, we get a develop project. So you see, no more 7 models. We have only 5 models. And we bring here a very important model called financing, from where we will get the money. Who will we get the grants from, like example, from the European funds, from the Erasmus? We have so many opportunities to get the grants and finance our projects. So you see, presentation, planning, marketing, sustainable development, and financing. After that, we have the assignment model. So here, this assignment model is here: presentation of business organization operations. Here is the only difference. We left other 4 models, other 4 things for our model. So if we want to learn more about design thinking, there are so many tools, there are so many case studies. So please keep up developing this, keep up doing this, because you really need this. You really need this design thinking is very powerful framework. It has a big, huge real world impact, especially when we are talking about the healthcare. I want to show you an example why I say especially in the healthcare. See this. This is one example. Healthcare case study how design thinking is transformed in the Rotterdam Eye Hospital. Uh, for us, our health is most important. When we come in the hospital, what we want to see, how we want to feel. We don't want to go in the dirty places. We don't want to be under the stress. Who has little children? How can you bring a little child? We don't want the little child to cry in the hospital. Design thinking helps this. This is one field where it helps. You see, when you have this environment here, so long corridors, in waiting rooms, dirty rooms, depressing places. We don't want depressing places. If we go to a dentist, we want to see a beautiful dentist cabinet room. So how can we recover in these places? This Rotterdam Eye Hospital is showing you that this is a big, great example of design thinking. So you see, going through all these phases, design thinking approach, empathy, defining, ideating, prototyping, and testing. So here is this explanation again for this hospital. I will go shortly through this. The hospital manager, staff, and doctors have more patience because, yes, I want to go where I feel really great. I will choose that type of hospital. I'm trying to find the best best places and best hospitals who are offering the best for our health. So finding this, the patients are feeling really comfortable. So empathize, start defining. Patients want to feel comfortable. We want that. What is this ideation? So good thinking will help you to make this sources. So how? When we go there, these medical organizations need to be an inspiration for us. Our ideas, we want excellence. We want excellence here. What is the prototype? The prototype here is small experiments, testing the solutions. We want to see where is the border till where we can go. So this is the adoption. This is the scale. This is what we are talking. Testing phase is coming here. Idea, we have idea, we want to try it, we have best ideas, and we want to spread this best ideas. This is a little quiz. We already do a lot. I think I broke that down, but we will go through these questions so like we are playing. uh, so it's best to have a clear idea of the kind of new project or service that you want to provide before you start conducting research interviews with your users. True or false? Dr. Haider, what you say? True or false? Yes, we want to have this clear idea. Then, producing several prototypes is an integral part of design thinking process. Do we want to produce several prototypes? Discarding difficult ideas is the best way to speed up a design thinking project. Is it the best way? So, it doesn't matter if all your ideas fell flat in the testing stage. We will go again. We will start again. How many times we start things again and again. So courage. We here can talk also about one model called choice model. It depends about you. You have so many choices and also curiosity, intuition. Your intuition can help you to go with your idea and to see will you fail in the testing stage. stage. Be creative, be creative. So creative thinkers are best placed to lead a design thinking process with your organization. We really need creative thinkers. We need creative, innovative thinkers. So here are the answer. What is false? False is the first. The aim of interviews is to identify the problems. Second is true. Producing should be quick, cheap, and simple if we want and do this. False is also an existing idea that is technological feasible. So, trick question. The last question was a trick question. So, design thinking, let us repeat at the end, is a human centered and requires multiple perspectives, multidisciplinary knowledge if we want to produce many new ideas. So, every user is creative if he or she has an experience or a story to tell. Today, this was my story about design thinking. We can talk a lot about this topic. I hope that I go through this. You understand what I talk about. So the last is design thinking a mindset? Creating innovative solutions is always beginning with your mindset. So design involves empathy, strategy, logic, rationalism, creativity, and it is core that design is a process that tries to create logical form. Today, AI, DL, DM, blockchain, everything, we are trying to create logical form. So learn more about design thinking as a mindset. So thank you. Thank you on your attention.
Wow, thank you very much, Prof. Nada. Really wonderful the way you started it from the beginning of giving the wonderful quotation from the Steve Jobs. Really, that was a wonderful start to set the stage first. And very nicely, you have described the what is design thinking, and then very nicely you lined up each and everything, the level, the principles of the design thinking. And I love the Scamper 5 method, which was very great. You explained very well, and
This
so
is
many
a
things.
professor, a topic. We can talk about scamper 3 hours.
Yeah, that's true. And I was just thinking that it's a so broad and so wonderful topic that you were trying to squeeze it within the 30 minutes to 40 minutes, and you wanted to give orientation regarding each and everything for our audience who are watching from around the globe. I was thinking how great narrator and speaker you are, that such a great content you covered within such a less period of time. And I was thinking that how great content you just summed up in your wonderful slides. Even the presentation was wonderful. The content which you just mentioned through the slides, it was so wonderfully compiled that I liked each and every slide. It was so captivating, and your discussion and explanation was so captivating and engaged us so much. So, thank you very much for such a wonderful explanation and powerful content which you shared with us. And indeed, what you were referring before starting the session, that it's a very broad topic and it's really very difficult
Yeah.
to cover in one session. So, I think that was very much right, because in such a short span of time you covered so many things, and I believe that for our audience who want to dig further and want to know about more about it, they will definitely search and they will definitely contact you for further guidance as well, because it's a very wonderful topic, and I believe special trainings should be arranged on this topic because it's
Yes.
very impactful. So
And it
thank
is
you once
Dr. Haider, it is good. Like example, we can make a session only through a
again.
practical example. We don't need to talk about a theory. Only practice something what we can start from beginning to the end. Like
Yeah,
example.
very true, very true. And I loved your quiz and then the answers for that. Really, that was a great practice as well. And I would encourage our audience that please they should contact you for practical learning sessions and trainings as well, since you are a wonderful trainer and you provide that kind of training to people. And I think these are the real contribution, that you don't teach only the theoretical part, but you also teach the practical side, that how can it be more impactful and meaningful for the audience and for the students as well. Prof. Nada, we have a lot of questions waiting for you, but so many questions you addressed. But still, some of the question needs your explanation. So, should we start with the first question, please?
Okay, we can start with the first question. No problem.
Thank you very much. The first question they want to ask that, Prof, would you like to share your opinion that in the context of education, how do you balance the need for structured curriculum with the open-ended and exploratory nature of the prototyping phase in design thinking? Yes, please.
Like example, I said it depends in which field and what we want to make. That is first. So if we like example in so many universities, in so many schools, there are practical cabinets. So if it is hard to only go through the theory. We need to make it in the practice. So we need these experiments, these focuses for doing this. How can you make a product, like example new product, if you don't have such a type of like example, you want to make a new box for the gifts or something like that, new beautician preparate or something like that. So we can do it in education, and it depends about you educator, because each one university or school will if you have ideas and if you want to develop something new and if you want to bring that to your students, will give everything what you ask for bringing a good result. So you can go through this, through the education, everything we can make. We don't need, and yes, we can have a good partnership with organizations. If we don't have if we don't have place, or if we don't have equipment for making something, we can go to our organization and try to find a partners who will develop our idea. That is why I say uh, your university, my university, your school, my school. So me in Croatia, you on the Philippines. So that is not problem. Today, nothing is not problem. We can solve everything.
Yeah, very nice. And I think that's the beauty of the online platform as well, that we are so much easily connected and we can
Yes,
contribute
yes.
whatever we want. Thank you very much. And there is another interesting question they want to ask about the ethical consideration. That Prof, are there any ethical considerations that educators should keep in mind when applying the design thinking principle to educational design? Yes, please.
Yes, ethical considerations. We always need to take care about this, how we will conduct something, using the all ethics rules, uh, talking about how can plagiarisms or something like that. We cannot stole ideas. We need to take care about. Like example, intellectual property rights, or using something. How can I took from Samsung's patent if I don't take care about this property rights? So ethical, you need every organization, every university, and every professor for his subject has make codex, ethical codex. You need to make a ethic codex. So according to that, what you make, you will do with your students. So if I say you cannot use something or do that, that is the rule. What we define. We need to define all that before we are starting to do something.
Wow, very nice. I think that's wonderful answer to it. That we have to consider so many ethical issues, and we need to
Yes,
set the rules
yes.
first. We follow it, so definitely we will consider all the ethical consideration. Thank you very much. And one last question they want to ask regarding the culture effects. So, as our education systems vary across cultures and regions, how can design thinking principles be adopted to ensure cultural sensitivity and relevance? Yes, please.
This question in education, if anyone is taking care about this cultural differences, I think that we are educators. So for me, there is no difference between my country or any country. We don't make differences. We need to know. We need to know about the culture. We need to know how to communicate because it's not the same to communicate in my country or another country. Also talking about verbal communication, non-verbal communication, mimics of us. So if we want to work with somebody from different country, first we will explore and learn about the culture, about the habits, and we need to know that before we are starting to work. So maybe maybe the women cannot be involved in some kind of job, but we need to know that. So I think that we are today. As I said, we need to be multidisciplinary and we need to know. So Professor Nada Ratković needs to know what are the rules in Pakistan. And Professor Nada Ratković contact Dr. Haider, contact her colleagues. I have so many friends, so many colleagues, educators here from every country. And I start job for 5 minutes. So no problem. So that is the way. The way depends how you can do that. So if you think that somebody will give you something finished, you will never get a finished product. You want to make a product. So try from the start. I said we have a mountain. The mountain is you. Try to climb and go achieve the top of the mountain. So think about that. We know that we have strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, treats, but never get up.
Yeah, wow, wonderful. Thank you, Prof. And such a great analogy you have given of the mountain. I believe these are the different things that how you motivate even the people regarding the different things.
Yes, you know,
Not only, yeah, yeah. This is
Doctor
how the
Doctor Haider, I don't have problem. My students, you know, I don't need to ask them, will we do that? When we will do it? I only say, today we need to finish this. We are already doing. So that is the motivation. That is the motivation because you know students always recognize are you interested, how do you take care about them, do you want to bring them the best. So motivation and inspiration, really no problem. And that is for everybody today. And if somebody, you know, I have so many role models, you know, when I think about some product and then I think, oh, you see how he or she can do that. Why can I not do it? Ma, we can do everything. We can do everything if we want to do. So, no limit.
wow, wonderful. So you have given a wonderful message.
Mhm.
Never to quit, and nothing is impossible because if there is
Yes.
will, there is way. So thank you once again for sharing such wonderful information and knowledge with us and with our audience from around the globe. And Prof. Nada, you know that at the end of the session, we ask our each guest regarding their message to the world. So, what is your message to the world as a speaker, author, teacher, researcher, trainer, learner, professional, and educator? Yes, please.
What is my message? I I think that I already said. If I say something, I will start from me. I will use myself. So always be optimist. Work on your mindset. Positive mindset is for you very important. If you don't have a positive mindset, everything for you will be hard. So don't hesitate. Train that. Do that. Learn that. Take care about that, because every problem is coming then from you. I can say you need to you are starting from your side. Never think that somebody, never look somebody else, and don't think he's better or she is better. Everything what you want to achieve in your life depends about you. Today we learn design thinking. If you want to come from the empathy to the implementation, do it, and never get up.
Wow, wonderful message you have given to the world, Prof. Thank you very much. And to the audience, do follow our distinguished guest speaker through her research work, and you can email her for future learning and guidance. She is very generous and always ready to help the people. Moreover, wonderful explanation and powerful content which the great speaker has already elaborated will help you to learn and develop your understanding regarding design thinking. So take advantage of all information, important tips, and suggestions shared by an expert. So that's all we have time for today. And thank you once again, Professor Neda Ratković, for your wonderful session with us. And I would like to thank our audience who joined us. And if you have any additional question about information should you do, please email us or connect to the speaker directly. So thank you all for your support and liking our session. Stay tuned as many sessions are on the way. Please do not miss any session. Until next session, take care of yourself. Bye bye.